I had just come back from 2 months in Thailand, and I knew I wasn't done with Asia. Not even close. After spending 20 years in a big city, I felt worn out. It gave me experience, income, and memories. But quietly, it had drained me. So I closed that chapter, moved back to my small hometown, family dinners, old friends, quiet streets, and one big question: where do I go next? For 6 months, I researched Southeast Asia like my life depended on it. Visa rules, cost of living, safety, language, climate, job opportunities, and even what the local supermarkets sell. YouTube hadn't exploded yet, so I was deep in forums and travel blogs, chasing advice one comment thread at a time. In the end, the answer was clear: the Philippines. Why? 3 reasons. 1. English. It's one of the 2 official languages. And unlike many countries where English is official, but rarely spoken, in the Philippines, it's used every day, in signs, shops, street talk, even love letters. You could be in a remote provincial town and still find someone who would help you in perfect English. It made the idea of moving a lot less scary. 2. The visa. Back then, the Philippines had one of the most relaxed visa systems in Asia. You got 30 days visa-free on arrival, then extended it month by month at a local immigration office. You could stay up to 18 months without ever leaving. Now it's 3 years. Just go to the local office, found in every provincial capital, pay the fee, smile, get the stamp, and repeat. Some expats were living there for decades, just doing the cycle. No visa runs the laws. No border bounces every 90 days. It was simple. 3. Religion. It's the only predominantly Christian country in Asia. Not that I'm very religious, but culturally, it made the gap feel less overwhelming. Church bells instead of temple gongs. Christmas songs in shopping malls. It gave me a weird sense of familiarity in a place I'd never been. Now, here's where things get interesting. I'd never been married, and I wasn't exactly looking for love. But a friend said, why not talk to someone before you go? Learn about the culture from the source. So I did. I started chatting with Filipinas online. At first, it was just curiosity. Then, something clicked. She was in her early 30s, kind, funny, grounded. We talked about life, food, family, even politics. The conversations went from casual to daily to video calls. We started talking about the future. And yeah, friends warned me, she's gonna scam you. This is a romance trap. Next thing you know, she asked for money. They were not wrong. She did ask for money, but not for luxury bags. She wanted to rent us a house, something simple we could share. She even showed me multiple listings and options. Eventually, we agreed on a townhouse in Cavite, a short drive from Metro Manila, quieter, cheaper, and less chaotic than the city. So now I had an address, a house I'd never seen, in a town I barely knew, and I was moving in with a woman I'd never met in real life. Totally normal life decisions, right? Then came the logistics. I had too much stuff, of course. So I packed 10 massive boxes and shipped them ahead by courier. Kitchen things, books, clothes, and for some reason, a winter jacket I would never wear again. Shipping internationally back then. Slow, risky, expensive. You had to fill out customs forms. Pray they wouldn't get stuck at port. And hope your boxes didn't end up in a warehouse in Cebu instead of Cavite. But I felt good. Nervous, but good. Then, flight day. I took a deep breath and walked away from everything I knew. The journey? Long. First stop, Amsterdam, then Beijing, then Guangzhou, China, where I got a free hotel stay overnight thanks to the airline. Next morning, one final flight. And then, Manila, I had arrived. And just like that, everything became real. She was waiting at the airport, smiling. Her brother, who worked as a taxi driver, picked us up, and instead of checking into a hotel, we drove straight to my new house, fully furnished, ready to live in. No delays, no confusion, just smooth sailing. Meeting her in person felt strangely natural, like we'd known each other far longer than just a few months of chats. She brought me inside and showed me around. Everything was there. Simple, but homey. Except no TV. She said we'd fix that the next day. That evening, I showered and collapsed into bed. Exhausted, jet-lagged, excited. I slept like a rock. The next morning, I woke up to the smell of food. Breakfast was ready, and off we went to Moa, the Mall of Asia, one of the largest shopping malls in the world. It was massive, loud, shiny, crowded. We walked, laughed, explored, and bought a new TV, had lunch overlooking the bay. Then we went home, set up the TV, and finally sat down to relax, talk, get to know each other properly. And not just talk. Let's just say things were going well. Looking back now, 15 years later, I can tell you this. It was one of the boldest, most irrational, and most rewarding decisions I've ever made. Would I recommend sending your life across the ocean in boxes before meeting someone in person? Probably not. But would I take it back? Not a chance. This move opened the door to a new life, a slower life, a more meaningful life. A furnished house in a town I barely knew, with a woman I barely knew, and yet somehow it all felt right. And this was just the beginning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe. It helps me keep telling real stories from Southeast Asia. And in the next episode, I'll tell you what happened after the honeymoon phase wore off and reality set in.